Hi, Scott Orlin with CINEMA-Magazin. You were a fan of Trolls? Well, guess what? Now you get to be a fan of Trolls 2 World Tour.
Yes.
And the director here, Walt Dohrn. Talk a little bit about, I'm always fascinated the advancement of technology. That you hear you make a movie a few years back and you think, wow, we've reached the pinnacle.
Yeah.
But then technology catches up. What were you able to do in this new film you couldn't do before?
Well, I think, we really wanted to push the look of the film. If you remember the first one, it had this fiber, this kind of handmade feel to it. And we wanted to push that even further. And could the technology do it? It was always the idea first, and then they figured a way to do it. We really wanted all these other textures beyond kind of felt and fiber. We have leather and zippers and quilted landscapes, and even the computer had to learn how to kind of weave Poppy's outfits together. There was a program that knew how, your grandmother could crochet. Well, now the computer can.
And what's always fascinating about the world of animation is you can kind of tell a story that maybe in live action the audiences might be a little resistant to.
Yeah.
So talk about the lessons of communications, about acceptance, about diversity.
Yeah, that was really important. I think, when we are thinking about making a film, besides all the technology and the music and the fun and the comedy and all that stuff that's important, underneath it all needs to run this message. And I think when you have a film that's a comedy and entertainment first, it's like a spoonful of sugar will help the medicine go down. It's like they're kind of open to receiving a message, and a message as important as having every voice heard, and of tolerance and being nice to people. Well, that's a big agenda we have. Be nice.
See, now I was going to go, shut up, don't be nice.
Yeah.
And doing all that. One of the elements, too, of this movie, when the audience sees it, they'll understand, you have so many musical mashups that kind of go through. And having been in this business long enough, I was like, how the hell did they secure all those rights? Because sometimes you have a wish list and you just can't either afford them or they're not going to give you access.
Yeah, I think, and that's a good question for our producer, Gina Shea, but she really did a good job of managing that, where we first just said, okay, let's tell our story. And which songs do we need to tell this story of diversity in music with all the different genres? So we just had a wish list, and we started building the songs into the screenplay, and we'd try them, and we'd kind of ask which ones were available. And most of the time, it's the artists wanted to be involved in this because of the message, because of the diversity, because of Justin Timberlake. It's like we got a lot of goodwill going towards the movie.
Take us back to the beginning of when you started this process, because people think, oh my God, an animated movie, it's like 3 to 4 months, just like a live action movie.
Yeah.
What is the process?
It's a very long process. So really it's 4 years for me, because I'll start developing with the writers and with our producer, start developing the idea for the movie and for the script about a year before the script is done. So we'll kind of dabble, here's the concept, we'll pitch the concept to the studio. That's about a year process. And then now we have a script, okay. And that's approved, more or less. And then it's a 3-year production process, very slowly, putting the movie up on the screen with just storyboards, like scratches of doodles, and trying that and doing the voices ourselves before we bring the actors in. So long process, but super fun.
Another element of this movie, which I thought was incredibly intriguing, is you have a feminine antagonist and a feminine protagonist.
Yeah.
We don't see that very often.
Yeah, it was important to us. Again, working with our producer Gina Shea and with the studio now, with Margie and Kristen, who are running the studio. I think female empowerment is a big part of the story we're telling. And working with Anna Kendrick, so we really wanted to represent the female antagonist, female protagonist, and there's tons of other female leaders in this too. But it's also not a story point, it just is. And I think that's trying to be as progressive as we can.
Mentioned Justin and Anna, but this is going to be for Germany, and there is going to be different voices.
Yeah.
So how much do you put your fingerprints on what other talent from other countries? Do you look for German equivalents of top musical people to kind of...
Yeah. I think they did that very well in the first Trolls. They would find Germany's Justin Timberlake. I know Justin, he kind of transcends some of those barriers, but I know that's how they did it, and I thought they did a good job. I heard a few of the dubs, and I was like, they really captured the spirit. And even a day like today, I met a few Guy Diamonds. I met a Branch, so I'm not really involved in the casting process, but I hope that we have established a character well enough that it gets cast like they are in our film.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
This is
you.
a movie that you kind of want audiences to troll. So I'm doing that.
Yes, actually, strangely enough, yes.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is Scott Orlin. Till next time.